To NBA Nation on this Monday night. Like I usually say, man, it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. The Denver Nuggets are champions of the world, ladies and gentlemen. 94-89, beating the Miami Heat. The Joker and the gang finally get one. And this one was a absolute slugfest. But Nikola Jokic comes away victorious with the Finals MVP, man. 28 points, 16 rebounds, 12 of 16 from the field. Jamal Murray chipping in with 14 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 6 of 15 on the night. Hey, they had to get this one out the mud, man. Let's talk about it. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Or you could hit us up on the new NBA Report Discord. Let's talk about it, man. CP the franchise, Alex the Charles the Stratocaster in the building. Congratulations to Nuggets faithful, man. They got themselves a chip. And champions of the world, man. Salute, 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 man.
I know you're happy to say that and not saying congratulations to the Miami Heat.
Oh, well, as the number one Heat hater, I love it. But let me tell you, man, this one was a Miami Heat type of game in that if they were going to win this game, it had to be this way.
Yes.
They almost had it, man. They almost had it. But I want to fast forward because we're going to put some respect on the champ's name tonight. I want to fast forward, bro, to the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left. 4 and change, about 4:44. Because everybody at this point, Denver's up by 7 points. And you're wondering, where is Jimmy? Is Jimmy Butler going to come alive and go down with his shield? Or is he going to sit there and let Kyle Lowry and Strus and Vincent and Martin try to win this thing in an elimination game? But with 4:29 to go, Jimmy Butler erupted with 11 points in 2 minutes and an 8-0 run by himself to give the Heat a 1-point lead. But give credit to the Nuggets, man. You had a Bruce Brown put back. Nikola Jokic had a nice little lay in there down the stretch. And then a big, big steal by KCP that ultimately put this game away, man. Butler was brilliant down the stretch, but threw it away an untimely turnover, which ended up getting the Nuggets some comfort and separation there and extended the lead to 3 with 24 seconds left. And that's all they needed, man. First championship for the Denver Nuggets. And congratulations to them, man. Al, what'd you think about this game?
It was something. Ugly is probably the right word for this because,
ugly, man.
My goodness, no one could shoot. I mean, let me just read some numbers out so that everyone can understand how bad this was just from the floor. Let's look at the Miami Heat side first. They shot 34.4% from the field, 25.7% from downtown. They took 96 shots in total and made 33 gross. Now let's look at Denver. Let's look at Denver. Denver shot 45.2% from the field, 17.9% from three. They took 84 shots from the field, hit 38, went 5 of 28 from downtown. At one point, they were 1 for 15, CP. They couldn't buy a three-pointer for a good stretch until it was, I believe, Jamal Murray who drilled a three to tie the whole thing up at 60 apiece.
Big.
But, man, this was an ugly shooting performance.
Ugly.
You could talk about defense. Defense was through the roof in this one.
Yeah.
Denver was probably feeling some nerves because there was a lot of short shots. But you got to give credit to the Nuggets, man, the way that they were able to grind this one out. Nikola Jokic decided to turn it up, get you 28 points, 12 of 16 from the field, got you 16 rebounds, 4 assists. He came alive when it was needed most, man, especially in that fourth quarter. That's what your stars do. That's what your MVP does. That's what you want to see from somebody who wants to win the championship. And he did just that. And even Jamal Murray, man, for as erratic and his poor decision making today, man. He had 8 assists, but he had 6 turnovers. It was a complete 180 from what we saw in game 4, where he had 12 assists, no turnovers. and you thought it was between Murray who's throwing the game away. I thought MPJ was
Oh
very
my God.
questionable, man. My God. He
Brutal.
For a guy who was you can't hit a three. Most of your shots are finished in transition around the rim, but you decide to take step back mid-range jumpers?
Yeah.
For a second, I thought he was going to lose the game for the Nuggets.
His shot selection was questionable, man. But he did hit a big three. The one three that he did hit was a big one in that game, man.
It was.
That was in the third quarter. And then Lowry claps back, going for the 2-for-1, and hits like a 35-foot three-pointer from the top of the key. I mean, this game, it was ugly, man. But that's my type of game, man, because I just love the fight in this game. Both teams, Denver wanted the chip. Miami was not trying to go out like that, as we thought that they were going to keep it competitive. And they set that tone early, man. They got out after it defensively. Denver was not hitting their shots. They were turning it over. Bad turnovers for Denver. 5 in the first quarter alone. And so this was the game that if Miami was going to win, this was the game to win. They hold Denver to under 100 points. They win the turnover battle. Only 8 turnovers for Miami, 14 for the Nuggets in this game. They kept the rebounds respectable. Nuggets ended up pulling away in the second half in the rebounding battle. But Miami won the second chance points battle, 19-12. 19-12. And so, this was the one where if they were going to steal it, and both teams shooting abysmal from three. Denver, 18%. Miami Heat, 25% from three. But in the end, man, it was Jokic, it was Murray, too much in the two-man game, especially late in that fourth. And then Denver got it out the mud. Their defense, Bruce Brown, KCP, closing the deal and getting them a win, man. They won this game scoring 94 points, man. Slugfest. Absolute slugfest. Points.
It was a nice throwback to the 90s, man, early 2000s with the low-scoring, poor shooting affair. But, man... I know you said Jimmy erupted in the fourth quarter to get those scoring in bunches. I'm looking at Jimmy a little funny in this one, man, because he was very passive for 3 quarters.
Extremely passive.
Very, very passive.
Extremely passive.
There's talk about whether that ankle is bothering him or not. I'm a guy that's like, if you're on the court, you got to figure it out, man, especially when it gets to a series like this. But you're supposed to be that guy. You're supposed to be playoff Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's
bad. Up until that point at 4:43, he was 2 for 12, bro, with 8 points.
Yeah, no,
2
it was
for
ugly.
12. Abysmal.
That's your start. Like, at the end of the day, the numbers look okay. But I'm still looking at him saying you could have probably taken this game over at some point if you wanted to, just because of all the poor shooting. And he lives for these type of games, gritty games, working in the mid-range, finishing around the rim, drawing fouls. Like, he got to the line. I was expecting more out of Jimmy Butler in a closeout game, though. But Bam Adebayo, that guy showed up.
Bam tried to set the tone.
That guy showed up.
Yeah, Bam tried to set the tone, man. He went down swinging for real, man. And I thought he had a great series. It just wasn't enough. And, that just is what it is, man. They had a good year. You salute to them. But shout out to Denver, man. They completed their journey. And, so many hats to go around. Jokic, another brilliant night, man. Are we, the whole talk about whether this guy deserves respect or not, I just don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. 28 points, 16 boards, 4 assists, 12 of 16 from the field. This is what this guy does on a regular basis in the regular season, but it's now magnified because they're winning. They have a more complete team, and they went on a run. I could not understand the whole dialogue for this entire playoff run, especially in the last 2 rounds, about the Joker and the questioning this, that, and the third, and Mark Jackson leaving him off the MVP list, and Kendrick Perkins. Like, I just thought it was just bizarre how the conversation just switched.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy, and I get the whole Embiid versus Jokic, especially for MVP. Did you want to give it to a guy for a 3rd year in a row, all that stuff, and everyone's thinking about that. But if you're looking at who performed during the regular season, I think Embiid earned it. He performed during the regular season, man, and Jokic was right there, and both were helping their teams win and all that type of stuff. When it gets to the playoffs, this is where you separate yourselves. And we just see right now. There's no question how you can say Jokic isn't that guy, or could he do this on a bigger stage, or is his defense a liability? The man's playmaking, the man's scoring is just on such an elite level. It does not matter. And even defensively, he was okay. He wasn't as much as a wash that people talk about him being. And look, you get sure, Bam got his. Bam's also a really good player.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from him. Mobility wise, he's going to beat Jokic to his spots and make sure he can get his points. But when you just watch what Jokic does on the other side, dude, his touch around the rim, I'm like, why are we even trying anything else at this point? Why are we even trying to shoot threes? Why are we even trying to watch anybody else attempt a shot? Just drop it down to Jokic, and he can easily get a bucket. 12 for 16, bro. 12 for 16.
He shredded the middle of that zone, man. Absolutely shredded the middle of that zone like it was nothing. And, where is the hole in this guy's game? Where is the hole in his game? You double him, he's finding a guy wide open. You leave him wide open for three, he's going to knock down the three. Right? You're going to single coverage him, he's backing you down in the post. He might take you off the dribble. Right? I was talking about one of the signature plays in the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. He took AD off the dribble and then split him and Dennis Schroeder for a scoop layup. He's pushing the break. Right? Like, where is the holes in this guy's game? Now, we're not going to put him up with Kareem, but certainly deserves his respect as arguably the best big man in the game. If you want to put Embiid, Giannis, I think it's questionable. All those guys come with their different skill sets. But to me, his is the most complete. Giannis is more straight up on raw talent and force. The Joker can play with force. He can play with finesse. He's got the cunning. He's got everything, bro.
Yeah.
He has everything, all the skills and the fundamentals of the game. It might not be flashy, so I get that. It's not flashy. Is he a marketable character? Who knows? But if you like the game, he has everything. Literally has everything.
Is he a marketable character? I think we kind of he's pretty funny, man. Like when he's on the mic and when he's interviewed, he says some pretty funny stuff.
Yeah.
I don't buy that whole marketable. You got to figure it out, man. There's always a story there with this team that you could figure something out. And we saw Chris Max put the whole thing on, what sells and all this type of stuff. Look, I've read an article by ESPN. Jack McMullen wrote a great write-up about Jamal Murray, about his upbringing in Canada, training in the snow, stuff like that, his grittiness, how he appreciates Kobe. That's the job for the journalists, reporters, analysts, for them to put together the story on how to make this guy marketable. I think this guy is completely marketable. The guy likes horses. The guy gives you easy one-liners. It's like, how does it feel to win the championship? It's good.
Yeah.
That's funny to me, man. Like most people are trying to soak in the moment. This guy's he's cut and dry, man.
Yeah.
You can make fun of how cut and dry he is. Sometimes it's funny to look at and funny to listen to.
Unbelievable, man. What was he, the 42nd pick of the draft?
I think
the 41st pick of the draft.
They had the Taco Bell MVP.
They had the Taco Bell commercial play when he got picked. And now he's a two-time MVP, NBA champion in his 7th year, bro. 7th year. Took MJ 7 years. Took Bron 8.
Took Curry.
Took Steph. Let's check it out, man. Let's take a look. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. The NBA report, Denver Nuggets, NBA champions. Let's talk about it. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or hit us up on the KFTV Discord.
Yeah, it usually takes players until they're 27, around that age, to start winning their championships and start really getting recognizing the league at this level, or just winning, I should say. Just winning a championship, 27. That's the same thing with MJ, Bron, Steph.
9 for Bron.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It takes time for guys to really develop and really figure themselves out. But Jokic, man, the thing is that he's been an MVP caliber player. It's just recognizing when he has to call his own number, when to keep his teammates involved. And I thought like I thought he balanced it out well. I thought there was moments where he passed up opportunities a little too much. Like there was a pass he tried to get Gordon a lob. There was times where he's trying to get MPJ involved. Sometimes when you're cooking, you just got to call your own number because that everyone's looking towards you, man.
Yeah.
You got to be that winner.
Took 6 years for Curry, 9 for Bron, 7 for MJ. And the Joker gets it in number 7, man. Well deserved. Well deserved. It was a great journey by them. You know, they took their lumps. Many years being the bridesmaid. They became bridesmaid to LeBron. They got their revenge over LeBron and AD.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the T-Wolves. I mean, look, you know, I think what Chris Mannix and those guys were saying, they had an easy run, this, that, and the third. Regardless of what it was, did I think it was particularly challenging? Not that much. But they still did what they had to do. You play who's in front of you. And to me, they could have beaten anybody. They would have beaten anybody. I don't get Clippers at full strength. Phoenix was Phoenix. They would have beaten anybody. I mean, this is what the West had to offer. They were, to me, they were the best team.
Didn't they beat the Clippers in the bubble?
They did. They came back and beat the Clippers in the bubble. They came back and beat the Clippers in the bubble.
So like we've seen that before. We know they beat Utah that year too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though Utah's completely changed. They take out the T-Wolves. They can beat teams, man. Denver's not a bad team. All right. I don't want to hear that it's like an easy route. As you said, you have to play who's in front of you. Yeah. Sometimes, yes, your matchups make it more favorable for you to get further into the playoffs. Usually we talk about that for teams who are not championship contenders or a little too far away, right?
Right.
Like when we talk about that for the Knicks, it's like, ooh, Miami, that's a good matchup. Well, we thought because, hey, maybe you can get past them because it's not the Bucks. You're not facing Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you start thinking like that. But when you're someone like the Nuggets, you got to think, who has to go through me? Right?
Yeah.
Even though they didn't win a championship, you still got an MVP caliber player. We have to have the conversation of like, I know we had it before of duos, like top duos in NBA history.
We got to rank the duos, man.
But the thing is now, are they not only are they one of the best duos, but can this duo continuously run it back? Right? Can they go on a dynasty at this point? Because if you got a duo like this that can win, these are questions you start saying, well, you got Murray and Jokic. You know, if you can keep Gordon together, this whole roster, they can get a little run going. It's exhausting, but they could do that, man.
Absolutely, man. Speaking of Jokic, let's hear his post-game interview with Lisa Salters. Here is the Joker.
Nikola, they didn't go away. You had to take it. What was the difference down the stretch?
We knew it. They're a great team. They're a great team, intelligent team, amazing team that I respect a lot. It was amazing effort by the team. You know, it was an ugly game. We couldn't make shots, but at the end we figured out how to defend, and they scored 80-something or 90 points. So that's why we won the game.
Yeah, Coach Malone said that he wasn't sure how the team would handle this situation. You've never been in a finals closeout game before. He thought maybe you guys were a little bit tight, missing free throws, missing some wide open shots. Did you feel that?
I mean, that's why basketball is a fun sport, you know. That's why it's a live thing. You cannot say, oh, this is going to happen. It's always, you know, there is so many factors, and I'm just happy that we won again.
Yeah, now you are an NBA champion, Nikola. How does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
How do you feel? It's good. It's good.
I love it.
That's who they're going to make the face of the league. Bro, he's dunking 2.0. It's not pretty. It is pretty, but it's just who they are. You know, it's just who they are, man. Greatness on the court. That's what you're going to get, man. But you know what? He said something that was spot on in this series and throughout the whole playoffs, man. Every game is different. You heard Spoelstra say it. We've seen it every game in every series. No matter who is playing, every single game is different, man. You just never know from one game to the next. Here you have it, a game where the Nuggets shoot less than 20% from three. Turning the ball over all over the place. Losing the second chance points battle. Miami did a good job. One of the things about Miami's zone was that even though the Nuggets were getting good looks off of it and not converting, they were also, because they were taking a lot of jumpers, Miami was able to limit their damage from the paint. And so that kept Miami in it in terms of the rebounding battle, especially in the first half. And that's how they were able to kind of keep it tight. But, to go 19% from three, 17% rather, 17.9% from three. Lose the second chance points battle, lose the turnover battle. They gave up 19 points off of turnovers, 10 turnovers, gave up 19 points. 15 turnovers, gave up 10 points. This is a Miami game, man. And Denver was able to pull it out in the fourth.
Yeah. And you still got good games from Caleb Martin, Max Strus. Gabe Vincent was, he had his moments.
Yeah, he's right. I thought Strus had a good game. He was very aggressive. Definitely.
Strus had a very good game. Yeah, he was very aggressive. I thought he made some key plays for Miami to stay in it and keep the lead at points. Caleb Martin gave you some good minutes as well. You had good Kyle Lowry game. This is where we talked about, man.
Yeah.
Miami need to do everything right to win this game. And I told you, CP. I told you this would be a 10-point win. You thought that in game 4. I was like, nah, man, this is going to be close. This is going to be close.
I did think Denver was going to run away with it. But then I did say there in the preview show that Miami was going to compete. That's one thing. I thought at some point they would have let go of the rope, and they didn't.
Never did.
They hung tight, and they came out the aggressors. One of the things that also I think that went well for Miami is that the refs let them play.
Yeah, they did.
There
were some questionable calls, though.
Right, on Denver. Very questionable calls on Denver.
Yeah. The one on Aaron Gordon where he had the clean block.
Yeah.
I was like, really? That one? What did you think about the Jimmy Butler 3 with the leg kicking out? Did you think that was natural, or did you think that was
Butler, a kick? That was definitely a kick out. They saved Jimmy, definitely 1,000%, man. Let's replay it and let's see what the people at home got to say, man. That was definitely a kick out. He kicked the leg. He sweeped the leg, like Mr. Miyagi would say in Karate Kid. That was before your time. He definitely kicked the leg. Not only did he kick the leg, he kicked Aaron Gordon in the balls. That could have been a flagrant. In today's NBA, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, if you kick the leg, usually they call it the other way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They reverse that. But my God, they gave him 3 free throws to keep Miami close in this one.
Yeah.
NBA was hoping for a game 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they let them play. I mean, listen, I like the physical games. I like when the refs let them play as long as they're consistent. But, I mean, then they started calling some real cheeky ones on Denver. And that one had me scratching my head because at one moment, especially in the set, I think it was the first quarter, both Gordon and Jokic picked up their second foul and had to come out the game. Then they go Jeff Green small, Bam abuses him, 4 straight points. Malone goes to the panic button, goes to DeAndre Jordan.
I saw that.
DeAndre, we need you. DeAndre comes in, all right, gets a blocked shot, does his job, sits down, and wins a ring for it. So, there's a lot of that. Denver just really could not get off the snide early, just between the bad turnovers, the missed shots, bad shot selection, and then the foul trouble. They couldn't get into a groove. That was Miami's game. And on the flip side, I thought Miami did a great job attacking, being aggressive from Bam to Strus. Martin had his moments. Lowry, with some crazy heroics. Like you said, with Butler, they really needed Butler for more than just that spark in the fourth quarter. He disappeared for the most of the game, 3.5 quarters.
I mean, for 41 minutes to go 5 of 18 from the field, Yeah, you went 9 for 11 from the free throw line, come out with 21 points. I'm expecting more, man. In all honesty, I'm really expecting more out of Jimmy Butler. You can't be away for 3 quarters where your team needs you and your team has the lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Denver is having a catastrophic night shooting the ball, and you can't take advantage of that. That's
Crazy.
bad, man.
Absolutely,
That's bad.
man. Let's go to the phones here with the people got to say, man. 657-383-1509 or hit us up on the NBA Report Discord. We got to crack it right now, man, live and direct. So hit us up. Let us know what's going on. And let's start it off on 917. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, how's it going? It's Anthony from the LES.
Anthony from the LES. What's good, man? How you feeling, bro?
Doing real good. Just want to congratulate you guys starting up NBA Report.
Appreciate it,
Good
man.
stuff.
Appreciate it, man.
So, I just got one thing to say. I don't want to hear anything about Jimmy Butler and his ankle this. He played 41 minutes, and he had enough strength in that ankle to kick Gordon in the balls. That's all I had to say. Peace.
No excuses. Playoff Jimmy, MIA, 5 of 18. Brick City Jimmy.
He jumped pretty high for that one, too.
He did elevate. Now, listen, man. He hit the back-to-back threes. I mean, even though that was an offensive foul in my book, that was an 11-point swing in 2 minutes. They went from down 7 to being up by 1. By the time he hit that turnaround jumper over KCP, that was a little microwave moment. Even though that was an offensive foul, that was a little microwave moment for Jimmy right there. But like I said, you got after that moment, Bruce Brown hit a big putback, fought for that one, and then KCP steal at the end on Jimmy, which after he hit his free throws gave him a 2-point lead. That was gritty, man. They got this one out the mud. In the other 3 wins, they had to score over 100 to get it.
Well, Murray had a bad start, too, offensively. Okay, with all the turnovers, he was 2 for 7 from the field, only 4 points by half.
Yeah.
You got to take advantage of those, man. You got to take advantage of those type of moments. But once again, Murray was able to come up big when it mattered most. But even still, if Miami wins, we're talking about how Jamal Murray didn't do enough tonight. We're talking about his poor turnovers.
Yeah.
We're talking about MPJ's questionable shot selection, right?
Yeah.
And you question your stars when they don't show up. And for Butler, he has to be questioned because, look, you can't, I get the whole LeBron thing where it's like you keep your teammates involved, making the right basketball play. It's a closeout game, man. It's do or die. You got to hoop.
You got to hoop, man.
And Denver had 9 turnovers. Had 9 turnovers by the half.
Yeah.
9 to Miami's 4.
No.
How do you not take advantage of Denver's poor execution? How many times did we see Jamal Murray just passing it up away?
Yeah.
KCP passing it up away.
Well, that's what happens when you're relying on your supporting cast to get the job done for you. What happened in the end? Murray, Jokic were forcing the issue.
Woj, what happened to Tyler Hero?
Oh, well, once I saw the tone of this game, I was like, yeah, he's not coming in. He's a decoy. He's one of those, when the coach says he's available to play?
Yes.
Yeah, that means he's not playing unless we really, really need him.
Spo with the ultimate gamesmanship.
Ultimate gamesmanship, man. Let him go into the film room and think about it a little bit. But he's really not playing. He's really not playing, man.
It's tough to believe that they were going to throw him out there in Denver, high altitude, do or die game, throw off whatever rhythm they have. But hey, can't question Woj.
Can't question it, man.
Can't question it, but hey. It is what it is at this point.
Absolutely, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. The Denver Nuggets, NBA champions, man. 94-89 over the Miami Heat. And, the first championship in franchise history, bro. But the Nuggets have had talent. You know, the Nuggets have had talent. Obviously, they came from the ABA. You had your Alex English, your Dan Issel days, David Thompson. Everybody thought David Thompson could have been the GOAT. Yeah, you know, he had a little drug problem. But they thought David Thompson could have been the GOAT, man. You know, then you had the Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf days, LaFonso Ellis, Mutombo days. Mm-hmm. Right? Remember when they were the 8 seed, they upset the Seattle Supersonics.
Yep.
Kemp and Gary Payton. You know, David Thompson had a little cocaine. He couldn't put down the powder. Could have been the best.
Well, you haven't gotten to our guy yet.
Yeah. Well, you had the Van Exel days. Put some respect on his name. Nick Van Exel, Nick the Quick. And then the Mellow days. 15, the original 15. Came to New York. He's rocking 7. 15 Mellow days. Andre Miller. That was a squad. They had a nice little squad. You know, Lakers were still the Kings, but I like that squad. They had Melo, Andre Miller. They had JR. Then you had Kenyon Martin, the Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You had the Birdman. Yep. Then you had Marcus Camby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a good team.
Wasn't Nene? Wait. Wasn't Nene there too? At that time? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Around that time. I don't know if they had all 4 of those big men. But he was definitely there. We traded him. The Knicks traded Nene to the Nuggets. Right? Yep. And then they moved into the Joker era, man.
And think about that, right? You know how domino effect, right? The Melo trade leads to the Jokic era. To Jamal Murray getting there, right? Jamal Murray was the pick. Was the Knicks pick.
Yeah. All intertwined. All intertwined, man.
Sometimes we can't. This is where you say, should have gotten this guy, should have gotten that guy. If it's good, man, you say, you know what? Thank God for those moves.
Absolutely.
Thank the NBA gods for those moves. Right?
Absolutely.
We had if you're the Knicks, everyone's like, we should have drafted Halliburton. I'm good with Jalen Brunson.
Unlimited Box says Calvin Booth wins in year 1. Yes, he does. Calvin Booth, man. And pushed all the right buttons, getting KCP a champion, a 3-and-D player. You know, KCP had a terrible series, but he did hit a big 3 in this game in the fourth quarter. But he brings in KCP, trades Will Barton. That was a risky move. You know, Will Barton was a Nugget for some time. Was a little bucket off the bench. Could have started. He's a versatile player. But the KCP, throughout the regular season, you brought some championship grit to your team. That was big. Then we talked about Bruce Brown on the preview show today. Bruce Brown, when nobody wanted him, Nuggets gave him a deal. 1 + 1, $12 million, $6 million. Here he is right now. He's on the NBA TV set with Isaiah and the gang, Bruce Brown. So he's about to cash out. Player option. He's about to rip that up as soon as he finishes his champagne. And they're gonna get to the negotiation table. Get his agent on the phone. Right? What's that Jerry Maguire line? You know, show me the money.
Yep.
So Calvin Booth brings them in. They draft Christian Brown with the 21st or 22nd pick in the draft. They did get Bones Highland, sent him packing. And they're like, yeah, we don't need you.
He still gets a ring, though.
He still gets a ring. Bones gets a ring.
Mike Malone was like, enough of this.
Yeah. So they pushed all the right buttons in terms of the role players. Jeff Green. You know, Jeff Green's played for every damn NBA team. They brought in Ish Smith. Ish Smith has definitely played for every NBA team except for the Knicks. So, you know, they just had the right mix of vets. They had a champion in KCP on there. They had scrappy wing defense. Porter Jr. had a good regular season. Things came together. But, you know, with Jokic being the constant, Jamal Murray, man, you know, got to tip your cap to him. Missed the entire season last year coming back from the ACL. The stories out there where, you know, he's very down and out about it, really took a toll on him mentally. Thought the team was going to trade him, thought he was damaged goods, which is a realistic part of the business, of an ugly business. Mm-hmm. If you can't get back to where you were, and he not only did that, he looks like he got better. He looks like he got better, man, because throughout this playoffs, we saw some elite shot-making And decision making. I'll go back to game 4 from Jamal Murray. Now, tonight wasn't his brightest, but, just being able to handle the pressure defense of the Miami Heat, and for the most part, come out of it with making winning plays for your team, winning shots. I mean, Jamal Murray just came up big time after time after time. And in this game, late in this game, he had some big shots in this game, man. So definitely give him credit. And now he's a champion, man. Jamal Murray. Talk about the ultimate redemption story, man.
Yeah. And we can put that bubble Jamal Murray question or stuff to rest because we saw him ball out in the playoffs too, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't great tonight, but now moving forward, right? He has that confidence. He's an NBA champion.
Yeah.
When they go back, if they go back, I should say, they go back to the finals and win another one, it'll probably be easier the second time because they have that confidence. They're like, we've been there, we've done that before. It'll probably be a little bit more of a smoother game for them than we saw today. But Jamal Murray, man, coming back from an ACL tear, when he was having a great season too that year.
Yeah.
He was having a great season too, goes down, able to come back, do the damn thing. That's awesome, man. That's quite the turnaround story. The turnaround story.
Big time turnaround story, man. Let's hear, very emotional at the podium, man, when he was, hosting up the chip, man. Very emotional, man.
You vowed to come back even better than you were before. Can you describe to me what this championship journey has been like for you?
Jamal Murray hearing it from the Nuggets faithful. Here he is talking to his team mic'd up after the championship win.
Way to get you one, Coach. Way to get you one, baby.
I know.
Way to get you one.
Thank you.
I appreciate you staying patient with me.
Oh, no.
I appreciate you staying patient with me.
love
Y'all
you.
could have done it. We got on a different route. I appreciate you staying with me, man. We got it done. I love you. Love you too, baby. Love, brother. Way to get it done, man. Love. Yes, sir. You too, man. You're amazing. Yes, you too. All these years. Yeah, Crunky. Oh!
He's talking to owner Stan Kroenke like I got to get you on. Stan Kroenke got enough. I mean, he won a Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche last year, wins a Super Bowl with the LA Rams, and now wins an NBA Finals trophy. That has to be the first time in sports history that an owner has a championship. Well, they don't have baseball. I don't know if they have a baseball team. Do they have the Colorado Rockies? Does Stan Kroenke have the Colorado Rockies? Let me take a look at that, because they didn't get baseball. But I mean, in 3 sports.
That's a resume right there.
That has to be a first. Has to be a first for a sports owner to have 3 championships. A championship in 3 of the 4 major sports. Has to be. They don't have the Colorado. They don't have the Rockies. They don't have a baseball team. So he's missing a baseball team. He does have Arsenal. Arsenal doing well this year.
Look at you knowing a little bit about soccer. Look at that.
Yeah. I'm a sports diplomat. You know what I'm saying? Kroenke.
Yeah. Look.
Where do he make his money? Oh, he married Ann Walton, a Walmart heiress. There you go. That's what you got to do. He founded the Kroenke Group in 1983, real estate development firm, building shopping centers and apartment buildings. And he's got the Walmart billions. Modern day Scrooge McDuck. Looks like a nice guy, though. Shout out to him, man.
Modern day Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's DuckTales, man. You remember that?
I remember DuckTales, yeah.
Okay.
I remember DuckTales.
Yeah. And he's got
throwing
Arsenal,
shots.
man. That is big money bags. Boy, oh boy. We got to go to Knicks Nuggets in Denver next year. We got to take it to the champs, man. Yeah. How many teams beat the Nuggets twice in the regular season?
Sweep a series is even better to say.
How many teams beat the Nuggets twice in the regular season? Let's check it out. Because I know one answer.
The Knicks would have won the entire thing.
No. We won't go that crazy. No. We won't go that crazy. We won't do that. But nevertheless, man, Knicks did beat him at full strength. The first game was a little fluky in Denver. They didn't have Jokic.
They didn't have Jokic.
But the second one, they were full strength. and they took it to him. Jalen Brunson, the GOAT. Let's go. But
Brunson came back from an injury.
He did come back to an injury, man. Let's go to the phones, man. 919-919. What's your name? Where you calling in from? Yo.
Salute. 3 capital S's. Blessings, health, happiness to everybody.
J Boogie in the building.
You got to get that 919 down pat.
Yeah, we need a screener, man. We need a screener for the NBA report, man.
It's all good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching. And shout out to everybody that's been watching the championship. Shout out to the new show, man. But I feel like we running for president right here with this right here, man. I had to come aboard to make my debut up on this thing here, man.
Let's go.
Well, before I even go any further, man, shout out to all the ones that's going to graduate over the past week, the ones that's getting ready to graduate. I don't care if you graduate from daycare, the public school, the junior high, the high school, the college, wherever you graduate, congratulations. You deserve that, you know what I'm saying? Live your dreams and always know that you're your own roadblock. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you're doing. I want to shout out the New York Knicks organization for a great season that they gave us all. I hope you really, really, thought about, as the season came to the ending, that you really appreciated what the Knicks done. I want to shout out to the whole entire NBA for giving us entertainment, even though when your Knicks ain't playing, we was watching other games. So I want to shout out to everybody else. And then I want to shout out to the Denver Nuggets, becoming NBA champions. Salute to that team, They are well-deserved, and a lot of people played in that organization, The Dan Issels, the Kiki Vanderways, The Antonio McDyches, a lot of people. The Melo Eagle was over there, A lot of people played and had parts inside that organization, and for them to finally go ahead and raise that banner up. Shout out to the Joker. Shout out to Murray. Shout out to Brown. He was over there across the bridge. Shout out to Jordan. He was over there across the bridge. And most importantly to me, I really, really want to salute and shout out to David Green. The man who fought for his life and stayed inside the league and let everybody know. Don't you never give up on anything. Any opportunity is great for you. Just keep, pursuing your dream, and your dream will come true. So shout out to Danny Green. I want to give him that, The Miami Heat, you did your thing, well deserving, season, but how, as the song plays on the airplane when he rides, there's nothing I can do. I only want to be with you. Go ahead and get you a drink, Jimmy Butler, and shut the season down, And I hope the New York Knicks is watching and realizing what it is that we can do, because we could have been in that position, but our time is going to come when we're going to get in that position. But you got to know what it takes to get there. And then when you get there, you got to know what it takes to play there. And when you get there and play there, you got to know what it takes to stay there and don't get eliminated and keep fighting and go ahead and get to the trophy points, But I'm not going to hold everybody else. We got a lot of things going on, but everybody stay healthy and safe, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to jump aboard and make, my debut, man. Blessings to everybody. Salute, 3 capital S's. And I only want to be with you.
Jay Boogie on the NBA report. Let's go, man. Salute. Wait a second. I think we got callers on the Discord too, man. Let's go to Wallaby on the Discord, the NBA report Discord. Wallaby, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Let's go. What's going on, man? What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Name's Dino. I'm calling in from Tampa, Florida.
You okay?
Yeah. Just really good series. And then, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. I think it's a long time coming, and a lot of those guys, they've been with Mike Malone and that group, been together for quite a bit. So, it always takes a while. But eventually when you get it done, when you get it all together, you're able to make that run, So congratulations to them. Kind of the one thing that really impressed me about them is their defense. I know there's a lot of questions about can the Nuggets defend in the postseason.
Yeah.
There's no questions about their offense, right? They can put up points whenever. But it was their defense that many people questioned, and they took it up a notch in these playoffs. Yeah. They took it up a notch. We saw them against Phoenix. They were able to limit them against the Lakers and that offense. When they were rolling, they were able to limit them. And against Miami, even tonight, when a night where their offense wasn't great, their defense were able to lead the way and help them come back from a double-digit deficit take the lead, and eventually clinch the series. So that was really impressive for me. Just how defensively everyone was locked in. So they always say defense wins championships. So
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got to say. I mean, it was a pretty good series, pretty good 5-game series. But congratulations to the Nuggets, NBA champions, and congratulations to this new channel as well.
Appreciate it, man.
Stuff, so.
Appreciate it, man. Wallaby on the Discord making his NBA report debut, man.
Yeah,
salute, man. That was our first caller on the Discord, man. Make sure you guys join the Discord, man. It will be 24/7 NBA chat wherever you guys at around the world, man. We're about to get this Discord popping. Wallaby kicks us off. Salute to Wallaby, man. Salute to Tampa, Florida, wherever you guys are checking in from. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We will shout you guys out. And, yeah, man, Denver Nuggets. And as he said, Al, Nuggets defense, that was my biggest question mark about this Nuggets team. Not just this year, but in years past. It's why I didn't pick them this year. Because I wasn't convinced until they showed me that their defense was going to be championship caliber and that they could get the job done. They've always had an elite offense, especially when Jokic has entered into his prime. But it was defensively. Can they get the key stops? Can they get the stops? And in this game, they hold Miami to 89 points. I mean, the hottest three-point shooting team in the playoffs went ice cold against the Denver Nuggets, man. And outside of their Game 2 victory, never broke 100 points.
And look, CP, during the regular season, the Nuggets ranked 15th throughout the entire season with a defensive rating of 113.5. They stepped it up in the playoffs to be a top 4 defensive team with 110.2, and the teams above them defensively with a good defensive rating are number 1, the Cleveland Cavaliers, number 2, the New York Knicks, number 3, the Memphis Grizzlies. So Denver, of the last team standing, still has a better defensive rating.
Yeah, there you go. They earned it, man. Put it all together. And I thought tonight showed that, among other nights, but like, I thought it showed that they can get it in a number of ways. Yep. Obviously, it's with Jokic and Murray leading the way. We saw in Game 3, 2 30-point triple-doubles. You saw games where Murray was the high man. Jokic was the high man. Murray didn't have a great game, but then it's Brown and Gordon to the rescue with 48 points combined. They can get it defensively, and this one was an ugly one, man. This one was a sloppy game. This was probably their worst played game of the series, and they came out on top.
Yeah, and I don't know if I said the number. They're being 4th in the playoffs. It's 110. It's 110.2. So they went from 113.2 to 110.2 in the playoffs. Things get tighter in the playoffs, of course, but still to be one of the top defending teams standing.
Yeah.
After everything's said and done, it's still good. And then offensively, let's see where they ranked out. They were number 1 in the offense, man, in the playoffs. 118.2. And during the regular season, they were number 5, 116.8. So they even upped up. They've upped up both their offense and defense in the postseason. Even better numbers.
There you go.
A better net rating. They were a 3.3 net rating in the regular season, 8 net rating in the playoffs.
Yeah. There you go, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's hear from area code 732 on the phone. 732, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
Wah.
Dan from New Jersey. Dan, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm here for this doubleheader, bro.
Let's go.
Listen, man, I actually got a couple things I want to talk about real quick.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't like this. This is one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard in my life. People talk about, the Nuggets had a cakewalk path to the finals. Bro, that only means they were the best team. I'm sorry, am I missing something here?
Right.
That's like saying that's like when people like LeBron stands, for example, they say, Jordan never faced a team like the Warriors. Yeah, that's because Jordan was the Warriors. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, people got to keep the perspective here. The reason you didn't see much competition is because these guys were head and shoulders above everybody else. They were the 1 seed for most of the year, for crying out loud. I mean,
yeah.
come on, man. It's like we're not even trying to get props no more, bro. But
yeah,
listen,
Dan
Jokic
talking
played a
facts
hell of
tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, man. No, and
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not even close to being finished, bro. Listen.
Yeah, let's go.
Jokic had a great series. Murray had a great series. You know, the Miami Heat, they're a great team, and yada, yada, yada. You know, I hate the Heat, but, you know, I'm giving them the props. They had a solid year considering where they were throughout most of the standings.
Yeah.
But something that I wanted to talk about was, you know, this notion about, like, injuries, bro. Like, people, like, remember when, for example, when Julius got his surgery,
yeah.
And people all over Nick's Twitter were freaking out like, oh, you see, I told you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He didn't perform because of the ankle. Okay. But if that's the case, like, why are you on the court? You feel me? Like, I feel like I'm on Jeff Van Gundy's side with this, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're on the court, you can play.
Yeah.
If
Let me read the Van Gundy quote for the people who missed it because I have it pulled up. Great segue there by Dan. Jeff Van Gundy, according to All Fun Announcing, he's on the Dan Le Batard show, says he has an issue with people giving excuses to players playing through injuries. He says it's just so funny to be in the media how certain guys, when they play well, are cut slack for whatever issues may have occurred, and other guys aren't. Like when Steph Curry was in the finals, every time he missed a shot, it was because of his ankle, and every time he made a shot, it was heroic for overcoming his ankle. To me, if you're not out there, you're healthy enough. He says to me, if you're out there, you're healthy enough, and you should be judged on your performance. Old school.
Yup. Because listen, bro, if you're hurt, why are you playing? You're hurting the team.
Yeah.
You know, you're hurting the team. If you're gonna play like trash, respectfully, I'm gonna assume it's because you're just not playing. Like you're just not playing well. If it's because of an injury, shame on the coaching staff, shame on the training staff, because they're supposed to save the player from themselves. I'm a full believer in that. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Talk to him, man. I like that point, man. If you're there, if you're on, man.
Yeah, so that's where I'm segueing into this whole Jimmy Butler thing.
Yeah.
How is it that Jimmy Butler has been dealing with his ankle for 6 weeks now, bro? Come on, bro. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, a guy puts up 2 for 12 like before the final 6 minutes of the game, and everybody's crying ankle. Everybody's looking for Josh Hart's head. Bro, give me a break. He's getting every foul call. He gets like fouled 3-pointer after like 3-point attempt. Gets every call at the rim. The Kyle Lowry's out here trying to murder Jokic.
Every time. And I couldn't stand that, man. When Jokic picked up his second foul, and Kyle Lowry, here he comes every single chance he gets trying to bait Jokic into picking up his third. Like, just go away, man. Come on, man.
Man, like, bro, the league try to give the Heat this game, man. I'm actually like standing 10 toes on that. I'm watching this game with my step pops. I'm telling him the whole time, bro, they're literally giving them the game, and they're not taking it.
Yeah.
They're just not taking it. So great showing by the Nuggets, man, and thanks for taking my call, bro.
Dan from New Jersey, man, dropping facts out. Where do you stand on this, on Van Gundy's comments, man?
I agree with it. I've said that. We had that conversation on Nick's Weekly 2 weeks ago, and saying if he's out on the court, I expect you to play. And we had that whole discussion, CP. I said I don't know the details of Randall's surgery. You got to take that in consideration. Same thing what I just said today. Jimmy, the ankle could be bothering him. I think when we evaluate injuries with part of the game, we could say yes, it hinders their game. Playing through an injury is not easy. You're not 100%. You can't go through all the motions and everything you want to do. Okay, but if you're on the court, that means you're also healthy enough to play, meaning that you're healthy enough to be a contributor.
True.
And if you can't be a contributor, or if you're not contributing in any way, you're having a bad game. It's a poor performance. If you can't contribute at all, you should not be on the court. I agree with everything what Dan from New Jersey said. I agree with what Van Gundy said. Like, and that's like the only thing I would say is like the nuance is like we can add that saying, oh, okay, well, maybe he's not getting to his spots as easy as he did before because of the injury. Maybe he's struggling a little bit more to get a jumper because the pressure, right? But if you're out there, man, I'm expecting you to figure out how to adjust and play. It's simple and plain like that.
Yeah, no question about it, man. Great points. Great points, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Salute to Dan from New Jersey, man, for a nice thought-provoking debate. Here is Mike Malone at the podium. He's not talking about just 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 and 5. Here we go.
All the hard work, all the sacrifice, all the dedication, all culminated with us winning a championship. But I got news for everybody out there. We're not satisfied with 1. We want more. We want more.
That was Denver coach Mike Malone. Shout out to Coach, man. Let's go, man. I like that. I like that, man. You know, the man put in work. He's from a basketball life for family. Queens, New York, stand up. One of our own, Al. One of our own. Got it out the mud, man. From a basketball family. His father, Brendan Malone, coached here with the Knicks. Mike Malone served as an assistant coach. They're all there with that Van Gundy tree with Tibbs and Steve Clifford, all one family there. And he put in work. Put in work with the Denver Nuggets. They stuck with it. He was part of that franchise's commitment to stability. And he rewarded them for it, man, with an elite offense. They developed Jokic. They brought Murray along, number 7 pick. And, you know, give credit, man. Throughout the years, they just tacked on, and they stuck with it, man. They stuck with it. When a lot of teams were abandoning ship or looking for that big 3 situation, and I'm sure Denver was too, their 2 stars, they were good enough to build around. They proved that they were good enough to build around. He didn't necessarily need a big 3. Because Jokic has emerged as top 3.
Yeah, in the league right now,
best player in the league right now.
Yeah, it's so hard because it changes every year, right? Definitely top 3.
Yeah.
If not for this season, he's the best player in the league right now. He's a champion, 2-time MVP. You could say he's the best player in the league right now, just because. Saw it tonight, man. 12 for 16. He was unstoppable.
Unstoppable, man. So the question is, like you said, can they repeat? When everybody goes, you know, it's so funny, again, the conversations in sports, man. They didn't even win the championship yet, and people are already talking about, can they be a dynasty? It's so fast how we want to put them in that category, and then the argument before that was that they could never win the big one. They're soft.
It's so crazy.
And then one time now it's like, can they be the Warriors? We are so terrible, man. We are so terrible. Look, I think it's certainly possible, right? Like injuries first and foremost. You got to hope that you can get through seasons healthy. You know, Jamal Murray coming back was big. They will have their big 3 still with Jokic, Murray, MPJ. Hopefully he takes another step in his career. Aaron Gordon. What's the Aaron Gordon contract looking like? Let's see.
They just extended him. So
he's good money. Aaron Gordon is player option 25-26. So he's good at $20 million per. So they have their core 4 intact. What happens with Bruce Brown? We'll see. You know, he made $6 million this year. He's got a player option. Got to expect he's going to test the market now. And tell the other teams, hey, pay up. I'm a champion. And I was a big glue piece to this team winning it. So will they keep Bruce Brown? Or will he walk and get more money? You have Christian Brown, a nice little role player that they like. But I think that was another reason why they went out and made that trade with OKC that they did in acquiring those extra draft picks. Because just in case you lose Bruce Brown, now those draft picks come in handy. Do you draft another Christian Brown type? Do you package those picks up, go get another kid on a rookie scale contract? Do you trade those picks off and go bring a veteran in if you lose a Bruce Brown, bring in the next guy to fill his slot? So I thought that was a good wheeling and dealing by Calvin Booth, a little under the radar move for this team. But can they repeat? Sure they can repeat. I don't see anybody in the West stopping them like that. You know? The Lakers, we'll see what the Lakers do. Do they get Kyrie? I don't think it will really matter because you're putting your whole championship hopes in an aging LeBron James and an aging and injury-prone Anthony Davis, and they're both injury-prone now.
Yeah.
You know, Lakers had a great run. Go ahead.
And you got to think about Jeff Green on the Nuggets, too, like how you construct this team, like why you go out and get another draft pick, right? Because they go look at him. His contract is up this year. He's an unrestricted free agent. The question is, how much veteran presence does he add to that bench that you want to keep him around? So you think about getting these draft picks from OKC. They're not only getting ready for someone like Brown, but also for someone like Green too, and someone to mold to continuously build with them. Or if you do keep Bruce Brown, you probably can't keep Jeff Green, right? And so now you have 2 rookies, right? That you just try to wean them in or try to see how they can contribute to this championship team that you're now creating for years to come, right? So that's another way to think about it. But with this team, man, like I just look at the Nuggets and I just wonder, like we talk about all that stuff too, like right, dynasties and stuff like that. But when we start looking at these teams and what they could do in the future, we also got to look how the league changes too, right? Like the league changes every single year, how all the teams are constructed, and not every year is going to be the same. So it'll be interesting. They're gonna be a competitive team, man. They as of right now, the West goes through them for the next season because they are the winners, right? Can they keep that title? Will be the question we want to see. But we got to see how other teams look. It already started. Fred VanVleet opting out today. Got the Kyrie talks. Everything's starting to change, man. Free agency is about to kick up into full gear.
Looking forward to that, man. And make sure you guys keep it locked to the NBA Report as we kick into the offseason. Starting on Wednesday, Keith Smith of Sports Track will join us. We'll talk salary cap and some free agency predictions. I mean, when I look at the West right now, I talked about the Lakers. You know, they had a great run. I thought they had an incredible season, an incredible run, considering where they came from, getting out from under the Westbrook dilemma, which was the worst trade they made since LeBron got there, and a trade that everyone knew wasn't going to work. But, you know, getting him out of there, getting Rui, and Rui turning his career around with the Lakers, I thought that was big. The emergence of Austin Reeves, but I still don't see them matching up with this Nuggets team that's just young and in their prime. So I put them behind the 8 ball. Suns, what happens with CP3? What happens with Ayton? So many question marks with the Suns. How do they upgrade their depth? How do they react to Frank Vogel? They've got a lot of pieces, a lot of question marks. You know, did KD take a step back this year? You know, KD wasn't really KD in the playoffs, bro. Like, he was KD, but he wasn't KD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's also hard when it's just you and Book out there and nobody else.
Yeah, but I don't know.
This is the same issue he had in Brooklyn, man. This is the same issue where you like it's all cool to think, oh, when you're a top heavy team, you don't have depth. We just saw for Miami, man. Like, granted, Butler was he was consistent, right? We talked about unlike tonight where it wasn't like consistently throughout all 4 quarters where he's working his way up to 20 to 25 points. Bam, we're contributing. But if you don't have your depth, your role players contributing either, it's hard for those guys to do it.
Yeah, I hear you. I just think, like, bro, like KD, bro, this is year 14 for KD, bro. Off an Achilles foot, this, that, and the third. Like, how much longer is he going to be, like, peak KD? I don't know. You know? I'm just not sure. I'm just saying. I'm not going to count them out, but I'm just saying. I don't know if he's the same guy. Clippers. You were saying something on the Suns?
Yeah, I just think for like KD, man, it's like I think he's still going to be good next year. It's KD. He's got a jumper. It's not like he just has to rely on one aspect of his game. The way he can score is in a multitude of fashions, and his height is just. It's hard to defend. I think he'll be good, but for KD though, his legacy will be different, man, because it'll be like, oh, you just had to go get your championships with Steph, and now we're seeing everything else unfold.
Right. So Suns, I think they got a lot of question marks. Grizzlies are out. Ja Wick tanked their season. He's tanked their season already. He's going to be out. The announcement's going to come out soon. And I don't see them with nearly enough talent to compete with this team anyway. So they're out. I'm counting the Grizzlies out. Anything can change, but I'm counting them out. How about the Kings? Will the Kings take another step?
They need a center to me, man. I like Sabonis' game, but they need a bona fide center. He's a good passing big, good offensive player. But if you're gonna, like, once again, you got to go through Jokic. I'm gonna take Jokic over Sabonis every single day.
They've got to figure out their defense too. Mike Brown, go figure, right? He had their offense elite, and their defense needs work. But maybe a center could be part of the problem, part of the solution with the Kings. So they took a great step by making the playoffs for the first time in 30 years, but still losing to Golden State. I think they've got some soul searching and some figuring out to do to get back. Clippers, health. You got Kawhi Leonard with degenerative knee. PG, they lost him to a knee. What do they do with is Westbrook going to still be there? They have the depth. They have good depth if they can put it together, but can they make it for 82? Or are they going to be the load managements again? I'll still put a little asterisk there for the Clippers.
When they're healthy, man, they're they can be so good.
Yeah.
They can be so good.
I'll put an asterisk there for the Clippers. I think the Clippers could have something to say. What's up?
I don't think they have anything to say, man. Between load management and everything, it's tough. Let's see.
Dubs?
Kawhi throughout his entire time with the Clippers has not played more than 60 games. He's never played more than 60 games in a regular season.
Yeah.
Never.
Degenerative knee? No bueno.
That's tough, man. Has not played 60 games at all, and now you're going to say, hey, playoff time comes around. Can you play 16, 20 games that we need you for? That's tough.
Golden State, you got Curry, Thompson, Green, all getting a year older. They have major holes to figure out. They're in cap hell right now. You can't count Curry out, but I still think they need a lot. Wiggins, does Wiggins for a full year change things? I don't know.
Probably does if you have Wiggins for. I mean, he was so big in the finals the previous year.
Yeah.
Just with his rebounding, attacking the rim, his defense. But I'm looking at more of like the camaraderie at this point. Like Draymond and Jordan Poole is still a thing, man.
Yeah,
like
Jordan Poole.
It's still a thing.
Jordan Poole. Does Jordan Poole get dealt to try to get some depth in there? How else do they get? They got to figure out their depth situation. And their
Clay's not the same Clay.
Clay's not the same Clay. So, I'm counting them out.
Yeah, that dynasty, that's over.
I'm counting them out.
That fourth chip against Boston, that was it, man.
Yeah,
that was the thing. That was sailing off into the sunset.
Yeah. Timberwolves, there's questions if Towns gets traded. Regardless if he stays or not, they're not championship caliber. They're not getting out the West. OKC, too young. They're making a leap. I like how they played. They got into the play-in considerations. Like how they played. We'll see what happens when Chet comes in. They integrate Chet. New draft pick as well. They're too young. They're not going to make it. Pelicans, they're talking about the Pelicans trying to get up to number 3 to get Scoot Henderson. Could Zion get traded, Mr. Mills, or Ingram get traded for this? What's the Pelicans going to be looking like?
I don't see that team making a lot of noise.
And they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. All right, so there it is. Nuggets win the West again next year if they're healthy.
Yeah, all based on health. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I think the team that could push would be the Lakers.
Yeah,
and the Clippers.
Okay, so you're saying Lakers, Clippers. Okay, I'll go with that.
Those are the teams. Suns, their depth is too.
Luke is not making it. They don't. Yeah. We don't know where Kyrie's going, but they don't have enough right now.
Wait, you talk about Dallas?
Yeah.
Dallas ain't gonna do it.
They're not doing it.
They're not doing anything, man.
No, they're not doing it. And then look, East is wide open. But I still think the Nuggets are going to be the best team in the league now. What would a healthy Bucks team have done against this team? You just never know. Like, how did the Bucks lose to Miami, man? That's crazy. But, the Giannis injury, I thought, changed everything.
It did.
Changed everything.
It definitely did, man. You don't have your best player for, 3 games?
I need that matchup next year. Giannis versus Jokic. Shoot the fair one. And then you got Drew Holiday, Jamal Murray. I need that matchup next year. Middleton versus a healthy Middleton, MPJ. And then you got Bobby Portis and Aaron Gordon. I need to see that matchup next year.
Bobby Portis, Aaron Gordon. Put that on the ticket.
Put that on the ticket. I need to see a healthy Bucks, Giannis versus Jokic box office. And it's just, you just never know, man. Like, the Heat had an incredible run. Give credit to them, man. They had an incredible run. They lost the first playing game. They were losing in the fourth quarter in the second playing game. Came back and won. Max Strus 31 points. They beat the Bucks 4-1. The Knicks gave them their best run outside of the finals. Beat the Knicks 4-2. Should have been 4-3 if Julius had his act together. Brunson had to carry the team. Then they go up 3-0 on the Celtics. Go down 0-3. And then beat the doors off of it, Game 7. What a run, man. Can't hang your head. They had a great run.
You're not putting Boston in that Eastern...
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely. I'm not ready to give up on Brown and Tatum like these other people. You give Mazzulla some time. You got Sam Cassell on his bench. They just picked up somebody else. I forget the name today. Give Mazzulla some time, man. Work through his lumps, see what's going on. I think they need to figure out a point guard situation. They need to get a point guard. I think CP3 would be helpful for them.
Whew.
I think he would.
Yeah, he would be. You get everybody into shape.
Yeah, I think he would. So yeah, I put the Bucks. I put Boston. Do I believe in Philly? No. If they keep Harden, no. I'd like to see Giannis versus Jokic, man. That's the matchup we need in the finals.
It's such a drop off, man, between the two teams in the East.
Yeah, it is.
And this is no disrespect to. I know we got a lot of people who watch the Knicks, and they're wondering, like, where do we feel about the Knicks in this? Knicks are in the next tier below.
They're not making it. No,
you never know, man. I'm not gonna go that far. You never know.
Not with Julius as their guy, man. They're not making it. They're scrappy. They had a great year, man. They had a great year. Look at the Nuggets, man. You need depth. You need shooting. You need superstar play. You need depth. You need good defense. We're not making it. Not shooting like this.
Hey, man. The Nuggets are showing you that you could shoot 17.9% in a closeout game and still win. Because what did they do, CP?
Yeah.
They attacked the rim.
Yeah. They did. Who we got on the Discord, man? Let me go to E-Crossover. E-Crossover making his NBA report debut. E-Crossover, let's go.
Yo. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good to hear from you on the other side, man. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Yo, I have to admit, I did not know you guys had a second channel. This is my first time actually seeing the show and everything. I'm actually hyped that you guys are doing a NBA report show. It's dope, man.
Absolutely.
Expanding the new horizons. Congratulations to y'all, bro.
You already know, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So overall with the series, I have to say that game, if the Nuggets lost this game, the NBA officially has robbed a team of a game so blatantly. Because throughout the whole game, it was a hack fest from the Heat. Because they knew that they couldn't match with just skill.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing the NBA I'm seeing the refs. And I know you guys are in a
E-Crossover, do me a favor. Check what kind of microphone you using, man. Because you come in like high, then you come in low. What kind of microphone?
I'm using B headphones. Is it going in and out?
Yeah. Are those the wireless ones?
Yeah, It's a wireless one.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of those, man. This is an age-old rule, man. This is a rule carried over from KFTV. Crossover, you know the rules, man.
Now, that's the thing. From all the times I called you guys, I'm always on the B headphones. They're acting up today?
Yeah. Boy, the feds are after you heavy tonight, man. Be careful what you say, man.
All right, cool. So you know what? I'm gonna do? I'll call in another time. I'll get the new headphones.
All right, man. Yeah, man. Be careful, man. Look outside. Look both ways when you look outside.
If y'all can hear me, yo, congratulations to everything. I'll be calling again. I like the NBA report, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
you.
Talk
about basketball all day, all year.
All year. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got to get those headphones checked out before you come back, though, man. That's all I got.
I said, look out the window, make sure no one's around.
That thing was, boy, oh boy. That thing was tapped. Yeah, man. It's all, be careful, man. Don't say anything, you know. I will not be an accessory to anything. I'm just here watching the finals. You know what I'm saying?
Get a knock on the door.
You got to get those sorted out. Well, bro, am I right or am I
CP
right?
the franchise?
Am I right? Am I right? Every time somebody calls in with some wireless headphones, it's always some sort of distortion or like some craziness. Right? And it's Beats. Beats owned by Apple. I'm just saying. You just throw the tinfoil hat on with me, man.
Oh,
I'm wired up over here. I'm wired up over here.
I don't know if I could trust a guy who's wired up. He's wearing a wire.
Yeah, no. Oh, man. Suti crossover, though, man. Big time supporter. And like he said, he just stumbled upon the NBA report, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans, man. We coming, man. I'm telling you. By the end of this off season, we're going to have 5,000 subscribers. I'm putting it out there. We're creeping up on 1,000. We're going to have 5,000 on the NBA report by the end of this offseason. We already had Jamal Crawford on the show. We got other big guests lined up. Yeah, man, it's a great show. We're covering the league at large with some of our best guests. So continue to support. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit the share button. Hit the like, share, subscribe. All that good stuff. We got the Discord is now up and running. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we coming, man. NBA report. Let's go.
All right, be careful, man. Don't let the feds hear.
Yeah, well, that's why we had to get E-Crossover up out of here first, man. We had to clear that out of there fast. You know? Let's see. Do we have any more Jokic sound bites? Any more sound bites around the league? What do you guys think? Oh, Gamba did send me something. I think he was sending me something about Jokic popping champagne in the locker room. Okay, let's see what Jokic is up to, man. Here he is.
Does he have his horse with him?
All right, there's Jokic with the champagne. He's trying to figure out how to you got to get the perfect, championship spray there. It's looking kind of lackluster. Man. All right, so there's
really
Jokic.
Tim Duncan 2.0.
He's Duncan 2.0, man. He's Duncan 2.0. Yeah.
This guy is just it's like he doesn't care almost, which is hilarious.
He's funny, man. Let's take a look at the box score of this thing, man. Again, 94-89, a very low scoring. This was like, you hear this word get thrown out there like it's like 90s basketball. But in a way it was, not just because like it was low scoring, but this was a physical game. The refs were letting it go, and it was a brick fest. It was an absolute brick fest. But, I mean, both teams wanted it, man. I love the fight from both teams. Heat shooting 34% from the field, period. Nuggets 45%. Shooting Nuggets 17.9 from 3. Heat 25.7 for 3. How about this? Nuggets 56% from the free throw line, bro. How do you win this game? How do you win this game shooting 56% from the free throw line?
The Nuggets are breaking all the rules, CP. You can shoot 29% from 3. You can shoot 17.9% from 3. It does not matter. They still have the talent to win.
All of them. Now, they ended up pulling away in the rebounding battle by 13, 57-44. 15 turnovers leading to 10 Miami points. They did get 60 points in the paint, 44 for the Heat. 19 fast break points for the Nuggets. And there you have it, man. But boy, oh boy, there was a stretch in that third quarter where things got really brutal, man. I mean, it was crazy how bad of basketball we watched in that third quarter. But
turnover after turnover, missed layup, missed shots.
It was
step
crazy.
back jumpers that should not be taken.
It was crazy, man. But I like that, man. You know, both teams is just trying to get after it, you know?
You know what I like? It was like start the fourth quarter, Nuggets go on a little run, back to Miami calls a quick timeout. That was like the shortest stint of basketball I think I've ever watched coming back from a commercial break going into another commercial break.
Absolutely, man. 94-89, the champions of the world are the Denver Nuggets, ladies and gentlemen. Bones Highland trending on Twitter. So there you go. Let's see. Anything interesting? Bones Highland. All right. So all the memes. All the memes. Let's go through some Bones Highland memes. Here we go. Bones Highland flexing his ring in the Clippers locker room. Oh, man. I know Bones Highland at home. Everybody with the Bones Highland memes. Officially an NBA champion. All right. So that's Twitter for you, man. Never without things to do. Yeah.
That's Twitter.
Yeah.
The cesspool that it is.
Yeah. The cesspool that it is, man. All right, let's see. Anything else interesting here? Any Jokic sound bites here? Any interviews?
I see Jokic throwing Jamal Murray into the pool.
Oh, that's good. After the guy tears his ACL, you know?
Yeah, I could send you that. I
pulled it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. He throws his point guard in the swimming pool who tore his ACL last year with a big ass bottle of champagne in his hand. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? All right, here's Jokic in the locker room. Here we go.
Quarter after just 8 in all of Game 4, and you were wondering if maybe this was going to be a Game 2 type performance from them in terms of the focus that Michael Malone has talked about.
Denver came out a little tight offensively, and they were turning the ball over, but give them credit. They didn't let their bad offense make them fall asleep defensively. There's some teams that when they're not doing turnover.
All right, there's Jokic. There he is post-game.
You said after the Lakers win, you said you were surprised that you didn't feel more. So I'm curious what you are feeling right now, and if you're looking forward to a parade coming up in Denver.
When is parade? When is parade?
Thursday.
No. I need to go home. Okay.
Bro, he was dead ass. He goes, I need to go home.
He does not want any part of this.
He wants no parts of the parade, man. He's ready to go back to Serbia, get to the horses, and enjoy the summer, man. As he should, man. The guy is spent. Spent, man. Put it all on the line, and deservedly so walks away with the MVP, the adoration of the city, and the championship, the first championship for the franchise, man. And the franchise, Nikola Jokic, 28 points, 16 boards, 12 of 16 from the field.
We may have to hear a speech from Jeff Green if there's no Nikola Jokic. Get DeAndre Jordan up there. How about that?
God. DeAndre.
Remember that tweet from Woj? Clean sweep. The Nets get Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and DeAndre Jordan. Well, looks like DeAndre Jordan, the first guy out of that three to win a championship since that.
Yeah, DeAndre gets his ring. DeAndre gets his ring, man. And shout out to Jokic to see if we got anything else interesting in here. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Late night on the NBA report, man. Salute, salute, salute. Let's see what else. Got anything else interesting that we want to share with the peoples? Jokic with the family. Jokic on Murray in the pool. Jokic confetti. Okay. Championship parade. Okay, we got that. Jokic reacts to seeing how many text messages he got after winning the NBA Finals.
Congratulations. I'm going to see if he's testing me, no? I don't know. I mean, oh, mom,
How many texts you have?
A lot. I'm gonna turn off the phone.
A lot. I'm gonna turn off the phone. He keeps it real, man. I like that, man. You know, and after the game, he went straight to the Heat bench to congratulate him. So, yeah, man, well done, man. Job well done by Nikola Jokic, man. 7 years in the league, and he got it done, man. He's on the mountaintop, and a place where a lot of people can't get to, man. A lot of people can't get to. Can't take this for granted. He's a tremendous player. His legend is being told right now, and that includes one championship, man. There have been many, many great players in this game that don't have one, that went through a whole career, blood, sweat, and tears, and don't have it. He got it in 7 years. So that's a tremendous accomplishment for the number 41 pick, 41st pick in the 2014 NBA draft. 44
picks. Makes you wonder. Obviously, development, training staff, all of that helps Jokic to get to where he is. But when we talk about scouting departments, like missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, went to the second round during a Taco Bell commercial, man.
Taco Bell commercial, bro.
Taco Bell commercial was playing when his number was being called.
Yeah. That was the Julius. Julius got drafted, and Aaron Gordon got drafted there. Aaron Gordon 4, Julius Randle 7. Who'd the Knicks pick that year? Nobody. Knicks didn't have a pick. Fantastic. It's great work. Didn't even have a dog in the race. Oh, we did get Cle Anthony early in the second round.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. The Knicks took Cle Anthony early.
What number?
Which was probably the right move, honestly. Cle Anthony was a beast with Wichita State, man. Like, think about how many teams. The entire league passed up on this guy to the point where he became the 41st pick. How bad was the league scouting and international scouting to say this guy, he's nothing. He's nothing.
Yeah. It was bad, but I wish the Knicks weren't that team.
Cle Anthony early, boy. All right. On that note.
Now that you brought that name up.
Yeah, now that I'm about to go throw up, we're going to end the show here, man. We're going to end the show here. But great show, man. Great show. We started picking it up with the post-game shows to wrap up the finals. And that's how we are doing it with the NBA Report, man. We'll be back on Wednesday. Keith Smith joins us. We're going to try to get some other guests. We'll wrap up the Nuggets' spectacular championship season, and look towards the NBA offseason, man. Never an offseason with the NBA Report, though. So make sure you keep it locked. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format, man. Never have a reason to miss it. Catch us on all major podcast platforms. The links are in the bio. Join the Discord 24/7 NBA chat. This is going to be the largest Discord community in the NBA by next year. I guarantee it. Let's get it going, man. Al, great show. See you guys on Wednesday, 12:30 Eastern time, man. Make sure you lock in. Salute to all our friends across the pond. It's a great time for you guys. Lunchtime for us on the East Coast. Breakfast time for the West Coast. So we tapping into all time zones, man. There's a reason we going at 12:30, man. So make sure, like, share, subscribe, all those good things, man. Tap into the algorithm. We out of here, man. Great show, Al. Cle Anthony early, wherever you are.
Oh, man.
You don't get